Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be starting my very first Sims 4 Let's Play videos, and we are actually going to be starting a new challenge that I found on the Sims forums, and it is the Time Lord Challenge. So for anyone who is a Doctor Who fan, you'll kind of understand this, and even if you're not a Doctor Who fan, it'll still be pretty fun, and you should be able to enjoy yourself, even without knowing anything about Doctor Who. So what I'm going to do for this first video is just kind of go over the challenge and explain it, introduce you to our Time Lord, and just show a little bit of the world that I created for him, and then we'll get right into the gameplay. So I'm just going to read off some of the rules from the forums, and I'll also link the forum page for this below so that you can, go and check it out for yourself. So basically, this is your Time Lord's name, instead of obviously for Doctor Who, is the Doctor. So you had to think of a profession. You could just think of anything that you wanted, or you could use a Time Lord name generator to create the name for you. So that's actually the option I chose. I chose to create a real name for my sim and use that to generate the Time Lord name. So for anybody who knows anything about Doctor Who, you don't know his real name. So when I put the name I created for him in the generator, I got the librarian. So this is our first librarian. Now, basically for the sim, you can do anything you want. You can make them male or female. You can pick any kind of look you want for them. But they have to be an adult. So I can't choose any other age than that. And the lifespan should be set to normal in the game settings, which mine are. And then, so what's going to happen is we're going to move our Time Lord into any of the 50-50 lots. So I actually have ours in Willow Creek, so I'll show you that after. So they're going to basically, I'm just kind of going through reading the rules and everything here as we go. So they basically have to stay on that lot for the entire time. And we have to buy the Steampunk Fly-a-Majig immediately, because that is our TARDIS, which is our time and relative dimension in space. So we're going to end up building that over time. We don't have to do that immediately, but we're going to need to use that to gather space rocks and aliens, and that is going to be how it's scored. So we'll see how well we do with that. I tend to cheat in challenges, so I'm going to try not to do that. I've been actually really good lately, kind of going with the rules, but, we're going to just kind of play this for fun, so we'll see how well we do with the scoring, but it's more about playing it out and seeing if we can make through the whole thing. So, our goal is going to basically be to complete our Time Lord's aspiration before they regenerate. So regeneration is going to happen when the sim is about to age up. That's when they'll regenerate. So we have, I think it's 20 sim days in order to complete this aspiration. So if you don't complete their aspiration, then we've failed that aspiration, which means we can't return or complete that one later. So we also can't switch aspirations during the middle of their lifespan. I don't know if you guys can actually hear this, but you can hear I have birds, and you can hear them in the background, so you're going to be hearing them a lot, I'm sure. They like to talk when I talk, so just in case you're wondering what that noise is. I'm sorry. So before we're regenerating, we're not allowed to switch aspirations, so we can't work on anything ahead of time. So, for example, our first librarian has the Master Chef aspiration. So if we happen to finish that early, we can't pick a new aspiration for him for the, second librarian and start working on that ahead of time. We can, however, work on any skills. So we know at some point he's going to need other skills in order to complete other aspirations, and it's no problem working on skills whenever we want, because they're good for everything. So we can only change the aspiration after regenerating, so that's fine. So during the course of the challenge, we're going to earn a lot of aspiration points, and we can purchase any of the store traits except for youth potions. The only time we can consume a youth potion is when we're about to age up. So when we get notification that our Time Lord is about to become an elder, we're allowed to purchase and take the youth potion. And we can do that when on their actual birthday, so when it's actually like that age bar is glowing. That's probably a rule I may break a little bit, just buying the potion, because I'm probably going to forget to get it, so I might have to try to get the potions beforehand, but I'm not going to obviously regenerate until, you know, their birthday, so I'm gonna go with that. But if you don't have enough points to purchase a youth potion, then you have to age up to the elder and then go in and regenerate. So there's a penalty for that because you'll lose all your rewards and all your traits. Apparently, that's the game is actually going to do that. So we're going to have to use the CAS full edit mode when we do this, because what's going to happen when they regenerate? So when first librarian here is about to become an elder, we're going to use the youth potion to bring him back to the first day of an adult stage. We're going to use the full CAS cheat mode to come in here, and we're going to basically completely change him. So we can change everything about him. The only rule is that he can't look like his prior self. So if I want, we can go ahead and change him. He can be a woman the next round, which I think I'm actually going to do. I want to be able to switch him back and forth from male and female, because I think that'd be kind of cool. They basically just have to look completely different. And we're also going to, at that point, change their traits and their aspiration at that point. So that's really cool. We get to play with new traits and aspirations. It's almost like having an entirely new Sims game, like starting a whole new game over, which is something I'm really good at. I have a habit of getting bored with Sims and wanting to create new ones, so this kind of takes care of that for me. That's why I thought it would be a really great challenge to start with in videos. So we are going to then be able to do that. Now, changing their traits, you can only use each trait once. So in all 12 regenerations, so we're going to go from first librarian, the next step would be second librarian, and then third, fourth, obviously all the way through 12th. So we can't reuse any of these traits. So I'm going to, what I did for him, for first librarian, was I used the random generator. I can't remember off the top of my head the name of the website that I used for generating the traits, but I will also link that below so you can get that as well if you don't know where that is or haven't seen it. And that actually generates randomly traits for you and aspirations. And you can choose to click off certain traits. So, you know, when I go in for second librarian, I can click off the traits that the first librarian has and so on and so forth. So we never have to worry about recycling traits or anything. And I believe it has an option where you can exclude traits that conflict. So obviously you don't want to have an evil sim and a good sim. There's no way you can do that. So that is basically, so that's a good way to do that. The only reason that you can ever reuse a trait is if for some reason you get down to the end and you have conflicting traits that are the only ones left, then you obviously can use a trait that you used for the first or second Time Lord. I did the generation randomly, and our Time Lord got Art Lover, Foodie, and Ambitious. So I decided to choose the aspirations based on their traits. So I chose Master Chef for him, just because he's a foodie, so I figured, hey, you know, that might go well together. So then also, let's see, you're allowed to have a companion. So your Time Lord can be alone, or you can have up to 3 companions in your household. So you basically have to befriend a sim and ask them to move in. They can't bring any simoleons with them. If they do actually bring simoleons, you have to basically go in and use the money cheat to reduce your funds. They can actually work and support you, so they can actually tidy up your house and add towards your income. Obviously not when they move in, but as they live with you, they can. And they can be, you know, your Time Lord's lover, close friend, or best friend, but they can never be your enemy. If you ever get to the point where you have a negative relationship, you have to move them out. And your Time Lord can't actually have children with any other Sims. So if for some reason something happens, I don't think accidents like that happen in The Sims 4, but maybe they do. I don't know. I've never seen it happen. We'll find out. If that actually happens and they end up having children, the child and the companion have to be moved out immediately. So you can age the companions up with the birthday cake, but you can't use a youth potion on them if they're about to die of old age. So you kind of have to just, let them go. There's also a rule in here that if you interact and befriend a past Time Lord, you can't move them into your house as a companion. I guess that's if for some reason the game inputs maybe Sims in your library. Because obviously, all your past Time Lords are going to be in your game library. I've never seen any Sims pop in my town that I haven't actually put there myself or that the game didn't auto-generate, so I don't think we'll have a problem with that, but it's, just good to know. And then there's scoring, so points for how many whims you fulfill, and if you're collecting, all of the stuff from outer space. So that's good to know at the end, so we'll probably look at the scoring and everything on the end. And there's also kind of, this is actually where I found out that we might be getting basements. So that would be really great, because it would be so much easier to build something that looks kind of like a TARDIS, to make a small house with, all the basement, because it's bigger on the inside. So anyone who, is Doctor Who fan knows. There actually also is one thing I forgot to note. So obviously our steampunk fly-majig is our TARDIS, but our lot is our TADIS. And that's actually with an H. It's not TARDIS with a mass accent. So basically, that actually, let me find what that stands for. It's in here somewhere. I'm scrolling through. Oh my. I can't seem to find it. Oh yeah, here we go. Nope, that's temporal and habituating domicile in space. That's awesome. Love that. So let's just get a look at our first librarian. So here he is. I figured I kind of wanted to give him a little fun look, so I just liked the glasses and his smart little sweater and everything. So he's a little dressy there. His formal is really snazzy. Like that a lot. So that's his formal wear. I don't know if he'll be going to any formal parties, but maybe. His athletic, I don't see him exercising too often. He's a foodie. He probably should have been a glutton too, because he'll probably just be cooking all the time. And if we get baking in Get to Work, he's gonna be baking, yeah. If we haven't regenerated before then, because we'll see. So here's his PJs, and I love the bunny slippers, guys. You don't know. I would put them on everybody. Seriously, everybody. And here's his party outfit, another little smart outfit. I love his little plaid jacket. And his swimwear, he's got to have his shades, because, they're prescription. He's got those prescription glasses. So this is our librarian. So I am going to we'll go right in, and we're going to go and show you the world that we created. So I'm going to just load him in. Okay, yeah. Oh, perfect. So we haven't actually built anything on this lot yet, so I will probably throw in a building. This is just an intro video to kind of get you used to the challenge and introduce you to the first librarian and our town. And then I'll probably build a little something for him, and then we'll get into gameplay. Probably won't film the building, because that would just be horrible. You don't want to see that. You don't want to watch me build, trust me. I know there's a lot of people who do build, videos, but mine, not good. Not gonna be good, guys. So I actually completely demolished everything, everything except for in Granite Falls. So I took everything out. So we have right next to him, we have the Bitter Betties. So there's some Sims that I custom made and put in. So a lot of all the people in the houses are actually my own Sims that I've made, and I put them in. So as we meet them, we'll go through their backstories and everything. So in most of the houses that I put in for residential lots are all like condo, row houses, apartment style. There's very few normal single houses, because I wanted to get as many community lots in, since part of this game is exploring the world and kind of trying to do something a little like Doctor Who. And for anyone who's seen it, they travel to a lot of different places and times and all this stuff. So I went out and found the craziest, coolest lots I can find, things with a lot of visual appeal and a lot of things that are very different. So while we're touring certain areas of the neighborhood you'll see during our gameplay, things do not match. They might look a little ridiculous, but that's part of the fun, so I have a bunch of other lots, so we've got a lot of parks and a lot of generic lots. We have a ton of nightclubs and bars. You know, we've got, you know, cute little, this Oriental tea house over here, a bunch of different nightclubs. We've got a Valentine's Day theme park. Actually had a Christmas one, and I don't know how it didn't make it in here. It was a little hard. I downloaded so many custom lots. As we're playing, and as I play a certain lot, I will do my best to put up the information of who built the lot. They all came from the Sims gallery. I didn't actually build any of these lots because that would have taken forever. It took long enough to demolish everything in these towns and put up all this new stuff. So there's a lot of different stuff in here. We've actually have a hedge maze right there. We have, you know, some like enchanted parks that people made all the kids' toys big. There's a spooky library. So we have all the essentials. My favorite is the Titanic Museum. So that is actually, I think, one of my favorite episodes of Doctor Who, when the Titanic crashes into the TARDIS. I laughed. I laughed so hard. It's the best ending of a season, I think. I'm pretty sure it was the end of a season. It was the end of an episode and the start of the next one, and it was the funniest thing. So we have that. We've got pyramids. You know, we've got a bunch of other things down here. We've got one. This one's got a volcano. This one's a train. I mean, these are just crazy, fabulous, fun lots. This is actually a house that's a tree. We don't have any people in it yet, so we're kind of saved some of our lots for if we find Sims in the town that the town has generated that we want to, you know, throw in, because, you know, otherwise it culls the people and people start disappearing. You know, which could work. Could work for this challenge. Like, hey, we made a friend, and oh god, they're gone. Where did they go? It's kind of spooky, so. Yeah, Wild West theme park. It's fabulous. So I'm going to end this here, guys. So this is just a little brief view of our town and our introduction to our first librarian Time Lord. So I hope you guys stick around, and I hope you enjoy the next video. And so if you like this, click on the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, because that is awesome. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to have a lot more fun, and hopefully I'll add some more challenges. I have a couple other families and a couple of other things going, so this will be great. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later.